Live in Studio B, that's Caitlin Canty with one of her original tunes from Motel Bouquet. Motel. That is definitely the center of the album, don't you think? I mean, that's not just because of the title, but yeah.
It is. It's the lighter side of the album. It's the hard times are over this morning kind of feeling. It was the first day I woke up feeling like I had a good night's rest and didn't realize how tired I'd been for a year or something.
Is that the famed 1939 Recording King guitar that you're
playing?
playing?
I don't know about famed, but yeah, this is my Recording King.
Well, I mean, I've just, in getting to know you before I got to know you here, that guitar pops up in materials that you read and things, so I thought it must be famous for some reason.
No, it's not famous. I mean, it's about as famous as I am, but I love this guitar. I think what happened for me with songwriting and singing was I found a real friend and a co-writer in this guitar, so it really helped me get somewhere new in my music, and that's probably why I bring it up a lot. Often when I play solo and I introduce the band, here's my guitar, that's my band. But today I'm so lucky I've got Miss Tess in the studio with me singing and playing bass, and she's on tour all this way from up in the Northeast down to Nashville, where we both live. So we're kind of like doing this slow crawl home after Christmas. Very slow crawl.
You, Miss Tess, the two of you harmonize really well together. Is that something you discovered recently, or is that long ago?
This is our first tour.
Yeah. And we were discussing last night that it was our first lady band, too.
We are between men right now. We dropped off our pedal steel player, and we're picking up our banjo player / electric guitar player, Noam McKelney, tomorrow. So
which brings me
our first all-girl band.
Right. I was noticing, they mentioned the folks that were on the album with you, Stuart Duncan, Aoife Donovan.
That's right.
And Noam produced.
He did. He produced it. He played on it. And we actually co-wrote 2 songs on it, which is more than I've ever, producing-wise, that's a big step. But I think what happened, the backstory with the production is we went into the studio for one day to get one song for a project I was pretty close to being done with. And there was one song I just had to get. So that band was assembled for one day, and it felt so good. And we got 4 songs that day. Just booked a couple more days, and it fell into place.
And here it is.
Yeah, so I felt like I did a very long, arduous, expensive demo session that I threw in the wastebasket and got a record that I felt so good about and had so much fun making. I mean, you dropped some of the big names. I mean, all the names are bigger names than mine, and it felt like there's just no ego in the room with these folks. Like there was people who have their own voice but can still be supportive and like you hear a song and they contribute to it, but they don't get in the way of it and try to let's bring the spotlight right over here. And now it's my turn for the spotlight. It just felt like a really easy.
Do you get the feeling that a lot of them just love the music and they want to play for the sake of it? Even whether they're playing with, the biggest quote star on the planet or the newest singer-songwriter, which
I would say that's I think the heart of musicians like that. It's always just, full of love for music. So. Yeah, it's not. They can do the grittier gigs and then the first class gigs, but I think it's still all about the same once you're behind a microphone. And
I want to circle back to your producer on Noam, and I'm going to ask a couple questions, but I thought maybe you guys would like to play another tune in between.
Why not?
Something else from Motel Bouquet?
Yeah, except I just tuned it down to. Well, this is my first time in your studio, so I feel like I can play. Everything's a debut for me. So I thought I'd go back to the archives of my last record. It was called Reckless Skyline.
Yeah,
and
that's going to be
fun playing this one with Tess. So.
Oh, okay. Well, that's going to be part of what I was going to ask you about when we come back to talking anyway. This is Caitlin Canty live in Studio B, and go ahead.
Thank you. All right.